Hi, I'm Mason Hopkins, and I've created this 5-part video series to analyze Alison Bechdel's Fun Home through the lens of cognitive dissonance. I venture to use graphic and queer theories to sort out the issue of inconsistent ideas in the graphic memoir. This first video is an introduction to the text, as well as an overview of the themes of this project. This year marks the 10-year anniversary of the graphic narrative Fun Home. The story has even been recently adapted into a Tony Award-winning Broadway musical. Alison Bechdel is a cartoonist, and this, her first full-length graphic novel, is an attempt to closely inspect her detached relationship with her father, from when she's a little girl, all the way until she's in college and he kills himself. The story is told in a non-linear fashion which allows Bechdel to jump around in time, unraveling information that gives context to her childhood memories. This helps the reader understand her life as she does. Only 2 weeks after finding out that her outwardly heterosexual father, Bruce Bechdel, has had multiple affairs with men, and also learning about her parents' impending divorce, she gets a phone call while at school telling her that her father has been hit and killed by a semi-trailer truck. All of this just 4 months after she comes out as a lesbian to her parents in a letter. Let's start with cognitive dissonance. In 1957, social psychologist Leon Festinger wrote the seminal text on a theory that he believed impacted our brain function, judgments, and decision-making. This theory, cognitive dissonance, explains the meaning of someone maintaining inconsistent cognitions in their worldview. Cognition is any knowledge, idea, or belief that a person holds. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological state, causes stress on an individual as they navigate social situations where their cognitions or actions are at odds with one another. For example, if I like my girlfriend, but I know that she doesn't like my friends, then I'm experiencing conflict between two cognitions that I hold to be true. This is likely to cause anxiety on me as I figure out what to do. Festinger also had explanations for why we do what we do in these situations. We try to make decisions that reduce this conflict. In my case, I could either change my cognition or action by breaking up with my girlfriend or distancing myself from my friends. I could try to justify this dissonance by saying that my girlfriend doesn't really know my friends that well, so it's not really anything personal. I might dismiss some of the previous information by saying that it was Greg that told me that my girlfriend doesn't like my friends and he's been known to lie, so he was probably lying about this. All of these are attempts to resolve or cope with the dissonances between our actions and our beliefs. For a more detailed look into cognitive dissonance, I've included links in the description to some videos and other resources. What's most important to note is that this is more than just simply hypocrisy, and that, unresolved, these discrepancies cause agony to an individual. So how does any of this relate to Alison Bechdel and Fun Home? Well, Bechdel once describes her father as having an awesome capacity for cognitive dissonance. This is notably in a scene when Bruce is talking about how in The Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield believes that his old English teacher, Mr. Antolini, is making a sexual advance toward him. In a text that relies so heavily on parallels to literary figures to construct oneself, is it possible that Bruce is both Holden and Mr. Antolini? This, as well as other literary illusions, will be discussed in Part 4 in this video series that's on literary drag. In Part 2, I'll go over how the graphic form is itself dissonant, where the text surrounding the panels is often at odds with the illustrations themselves. Part 3 ventures to examine how their house can hold multiple and contrasting personalities, as well as the distinction between the public and private spheres within the home. Part 5 is the conclusion to this series, where we'll discuss what all of this means to the construction of self-identity. If you enjoy this series, make sure to like it, share it, and keep the discussion going in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Click over to watch Part 2. For now, I'll leave you with a question that Bechdel asked. Who embalms the Undertaker when he dies?